Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk about why the body, the physical aspect of reality, is the default conscious, and how to go past default settings is changing your thoughts from the physical thoughts to other thoughts of different bodies. I'm going to start by explaining why being conscious equals the body. Let's start with some definitions here. First off is conscious. Conscious is defined as aware of and responding to one's surroundings, being awake. The next definition is body. Body is defined as the physical structure of a person or an animal, including the bones, flesh, and organs. As far as I'm concerned, being conscious is the body, because being conscious is being aware, and the body is only aware because we have the cerebral cortex, our senses. So the cerebral cortex is how we are aware of consciousness, because we are blessed by being conscious bodies. So everybody is at least level 1. So everybody starts at body, but what differentiates between how people are ranked is how they use their thoughts. I say ranked because the game is being aware of the spirit, and the fact that whoever made this picture has the average conscious at 5% ain't a good look. How they used to say we only use 10% of the brain is the same concept. Whatever year he was studying before he made this meme must have been a bad time in history. Going back to thoughts, we have 70,000 thoughts or more a day, and thoughts are real, considering the placebo effect. Now to why the conscious mind is at 5%, because most people's thoughts are subconscious thoughts. To understand that, let's look at how I came to explain this idea by going back in time to my depressive phase in life. Depression made me understand that there was subconscious patterns, because when I fell to my worst, I kept replaying the same thought into my head, until I suddenly became aware that I kept repeating that same thought. For instance, depressive people wake up in the morning and absolutely go for their own head. Day in and day out, some sad shit is repeated in their head. I'm ugly, nobody can love me, I'ma kill myself. Hence, depression is subconscious, because a habit of some miserable sort has formed into a mental disorder that has taken over more of a person's conscious will. So how did I become aware of my subconscious thoughts? Perhaps it was God's plan. Coincidentally, during my recovering stage from my procedure for Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, I was conscious but not able to move. I started doing mindful breathing for the first time, like it was some dormant technique locked away in my DNA. Well, when I got depressed, I started mindful breathing again. Except depression took way longer to recover from, so I started practicing mindful breathing a lot, not just the 3 days I was stuck in the hospital bed. Mindful breathing is actually a really old meditation coming from multiple origins. So what I was actually doing was a meditation, because what came after meditation was what I call mindfulness, which to me was really just becoming more aware of what it means to be conscious. How I got to understand what was happening was because I did it a different way. I started this awareness game and learned meta-cognition by being depressed. So when I learned how to manage my thoughts, I actually cleaned from level 2 and down before I felt like I could conquer the world again. Anyways, back to thoughts. Out of the 70,000 thoughts we have a day, those thoughts fall into one of these bodies. Physical at the bottom, emotional, mental, and supramental, which is a word I just learned today, and sounds like will, like willpower, or I don't know, the fourth level. Either way, I'm gonna keep this picture, but the bliss body, which I'm gonna go with, is the spirit body. I think it's the same shit, but it's a different culture. Just by observing since the 20th century, a lot of those 70,000 thoughts today are in the physical body. Side note, the physical body is a true subconscious mind. But there's a part of the subconscious mind that is not body, but a commander you could be aware of. But that's for another day. So those 70,000 thoughts are now distributed amongst various situations like mental health issues, economical disparity between rich and poor, high incarceration rates, and overall bad shit in general, like droughts and plagues. This means that the average mind is constantly in fear, keeping whatever conscious awareness they have left in the physical body. Fear is bad because fear activates the sympathetic nervous system, which stresses the body. And a constant state of fear means the body barely gets to rest in the counter nervous system, the parasympathetic system. That's if you believe me when I tell you that thoughts are real. So, for example, today, people fear different races still. I'm going to explode on this perception to try and explain how many thoughts go into hating and our physical thoughts in nature. Let's say a certain Karen doesn't like a certain someone that moved into the neighborhood because they might blow some shit up or steal their jobs or stand there menacingly. In this case, let's say her hate is preconceived and preconceived thoughts are subconscious thoughts. But that person is conscious of only what stimulates their senses, the environment. Like seeing a different race come into their line of sight and letting their subconscious mind have at it, while the conscious thinks of thoughts to survive, in this case, insults. Since the environment produced these thoughts, this is why they are physical thoughts. Now expand that to not only racism, but sexism, toxicism, conservatism, capitalism, scientism, nihilism, Marxism, socialism, and understand how people in society today are built off their environment. The sad truth is that some individuals are slaves to a mind grab of the century. That 5% is on purpose, not knowing that their conscious awareness is forsaken to isms and in thoughts that don't matter. Like seeing a terrorist on the news in a country far, far away, then instantly growing a new ball of hate towards their kind, when they were probably invaded from the jump. Or materialism, like seeing your neighbor get a new car, filling with envy, and allowing your emotions to do rash shit like buy a new car. Just to cover emotions real quick, unless it's happening at the present moment, the only other way to feel emotions is through your thoughts, like experiences. So emotional thoughts are subconscious thoughts as well, but just like body thoughts, emotional thoughts play on your inner awareness, and while body on the physical awareness. Like the isms and hate bit, same but different. With metacognition, I was able to become aware of my emotional and body thoughts, and observe them one by one, deciding the thought's fate. Should I delete it, keep it, or modify it? A singularity between the heart, emotions, and body neocortex grew into a strong singularity by the time I was done. My true conscious awareness was probably like 13%. Just kidding. Side note, there's scientific research on heart and brain coherence. Search heart and brain coherence on whatever platform you use, or look up Heart Math Institute. The mind becomes lucid and opportunity awaited, hence the conquering the world feeling. Except for some reason, I thought it would be a fun idea to metacognition my whole mind. Cause honestly, I felt like I was on the roll with this new biological technology I discovered, and I really wanted to be super aware. But my goodness, the horror. Sleepless nights, went full retard twice, random moments of identity issues, had to relearn social skills, forgot how to drive at one point, dreams that would last for weeks, and even visions and nightmares. But there was also cool shit, but that's, if you know, you know. Anyways, so I'm gonna end this video on that note. Yeah, take back your conscious. I don't really want to get into all who's taking it or whatnot, but I'll just say propaganda is bitch. Alright, peace, one love.